We recently asked you guys what you wanted to talk about. We asked you what your questions were, and you delivered. So we're here to answer them. Well, one in this episode. How do you save a relationship that's struggling with communication when you both also have trauma? Oof. Great question.
How are you struggling with the communication? Like, what specifically is it?
Maybe you're struggling to communicate because you don't quite have the verbiage for what it is that you're feeling or what you experienced. Ooh. And if you have past trauma, that can definitely impact that, because trauma survivors have a lower sense of agency, which is like, what do I want? What do I need? What do I feel? Are you struggling to communicate because you don't know what you feel, you don't know what you need or want? Then I would say therapy is going to be really helpful for that, and trauma education too.
I think anybody who has trauma is automatically neurodiverse because your brain doesn't like function as quote unquote normal.
Yeah.
But I think additionally, people with autism actually have, it's a part of it where like part of the trait is that you will have a harder time being able to identify how you feel. It will be sometimes latent that you understand what it is that you're feeling. Like a lot of the times when I'm angry, I immediately am like, I just feel irritated. And then I'm like, wait, anger is also a secondary emotion. Like I'm actually feeling hurt.
Can I add in one more thing?
Yeah, please do.
If you're noticing that you're failing to communicate, or maybe the emotions get heightened, one of the absolute number one best pieces of advice that I've been given is to literally go on a walk. Go on a walk. If you're like noticing in that moment that you're fighting and you're both struggling to understand each other, just take a break and go on a walk. In knowing what we know about trauma, like when you are activated, the ability to think with your rational brain, it takes like
90 minutes.
Yeah, it takes a while for your quote unquote brain to reset, but also to engage with your rational brain when you're activated, it takes like 400% more effort. Like the stat is crazy. Like, don't leave in a rage, but just be like, I'm going to take 20 minutes.
Or do if you need to.
Yeah. I personally am a believer in like, freaking go to bed angry. I don't know. I don't like the thing that's like, good. Don't go to bed angry. It's like, go to bed angry. Just sleep it off.
Well, allow yourself to feel how you're feeling. I think anything where you're like emotionally constipating yourself, it's like never gonna be a good time.
I feel like it doesn't feel good to go to bed angry, but sometimes I think it is better than like trying to hash it out when we're both super activated
and not ready to
receive.
Yeah, or compromise, or come to a place of like where we can acknowledge each other and both of our hurt and then come to a resolution. We're assuming the trouble in communication is argument-based, but it might also just be like understanding what your person is saying day to day. Listen to what your partner is saying, and if you don't understand, then ask. Because sometimes Kayla will say something and I'm like, I actually don't understand what you mean because I have a different lived context. What do you mean when you say this? Like, what actually is the expectation? Like, what am I not? I'm not understanding something here because we're butting heads, and like this has happened more than once. I'm not getting it. Can you explain it in another way where I could better understand? Because I do want to address your needs.
So like learn how to say the same thing differently, because also yeah. It's true though, like going back to the trauma piece, like I'm a trauma facilitator, and we were taught when you're in a room with folks who have trauma, ourselves included, you have to figure out how to say the same thing 10 different ways, because you might not get it the first time. But those are our thoughts on everything. Emily, thanks so much for the question. I'll summarize them.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do it in like a beep. I'll put the summarization over like shrimp dangling from my hands. Anyways, let us know what other relationship topics you'd like us to explore. If you have any questions that you want to drop in the comments on any one of our social media pages, please do. We read everything. Thanks for all the messages you've been sending. We really appreciate it. And see you next week.
Do you want to fight about it?
No.